Today's topic is about different bow techniques. There are many different bow strokes and techniques. I select 21 techniques and group them in a particular order so that you can compare, identify, and understand how to play them easier and faster. The first group consists of Détaché, Tremolo, Legato, Portato, and Tenuto. Being the most basic stroke that you need to learn from the beginning, Détaché means to separate in French. It is a stroke in which notes are taken one per bow. Don't misunderstand because of its name. There should be no stop between each note. The stroke is smooth and even throughout, with no change of bow pressure. It can be in any lengths. It can be at any point of your bow, the frog, the middle, or the tip, in different musical contexts. I suggest you to play in the middle of the bow for learning purpose, because it is the most comfortable place to play for your right hand. Make sure your bow is straight. The bow pressure is neither too heavy or too light. Find the good contact point, not too close to the fingerboard or too close to the bridge, right in the middle, and be consistent. Don't slide the bow around. When you play détaché for string crossing, in order to make it smooth, anticipate and change the level of your arm, wrist, and hand together quickly to the string that you are going to. Here is an example of Kreuz's Etude number 2. From my demonstration, you will see although my fingers, wrist, hand, and arm are all working together, my wrist has the minimum movement, while my arm has the most movement. Tremolo means trembling in Italian. It is a quick and continuous repetition of a pitch, and it is produced by a rapid up and down movement of the bow. It is notated with 3 strokes on the stem. In the 18th century, the notation was a wavy line on the notes. It is immeasurable, except when doing a very slow tempo. You are playing measured 30-second notes instead. For the best result, I suggest you to play it at the tip of the bow. A common error is to mistake tremolo for measured notes, whose notation is either 1 or 2 strokes on the stem. It indicates either 8th or 16 notes, and they are measurable. During an orchestra rehearsal, if some passage looks confusing, The conductor or the sectional leader will clarify with you whether it is tremolo or not. There is also a finger tremolo in the Harvard Music Dictionary. Although the name and notation sound similar to a tremolo, it is a left-hand technique. To distinguish them, the finger tremolo notation always involves more than one note. Legato means tied together in Italian. It is a smooth and connected bow stroke. Legato notes are slurred. You are playing more than one note in one bow, either on down bow or up bow. It can be two notes, to many notes as possible. You need to plan good proportion of each note so that they sound even and you will not run out of the bow. If a group of notes has the same duration, for example, 32/16 notes, you should use the same amount of the bow for each note. When you have a difficult passage where there are a lot of notes, shifting, and string crossing in one slur, first, focus on the change of fingers in your left hand. In order to achieve the clarity of notes, practice the slurred passage in Détaché bow very slowly. It can magnify the problems of your left hand. You will know which note is not in tune or not clean, which finger arrives too early or too late. Second, string crossing can also be a problem. Make sure it is a smooth change of string and your right arm, wrist, and hand are all anticipating the change. Lastly, when you shift within a slur, slightly slow down the bow stroke and gentle lift off the pressure during the motion of the left hand. If you do the 3 points above, your legato stroke will sound smooth and clean. Here is an example of Kreitz's Etude number 13. I'm going to teach you how to practice this etude. First of all, play all the notes on Détaché bow. When all the left hand problems are solved, then you practice the slur bow 4 notes per bow. When it is clean and in tune, then play 8 notes per bow. Finally, play as it written, 16 notes per bow, from slow to fast. Portato means to carry in Italian. Sometimes you see the word Loure on your music, which means the same thing in French. It is a stroke between legato and staccato. A quote from Ivan Galamian: "It has a slight swelling at the beginning, followed by a gradual lightening of the sound. Its purpose is to give more expression on some notes within a slur. There may or may not be a slight spacing between each note. If playing without spacing, there still should be a feeling of little separation. The common mistake is to add accents on each note. I'm going to play 3 examples for you to distinguish them. The first one is legato. The second one is portato with spacing. The third one is portato without spacing. Both tenuto and sostenuto are duration markings. Tenuto means to hold in Italian. The notation is a dash on the note, or the abbreviation 10 on the note. Sostenuto means to sustain in Italian. It also refers to the middle pedal of most modern grand pianos. The sostenuto pedal sustains only the notes played as the pedal is depressed. The notation is the abbreviation sost on the note. In music, both tenuto and sostenuto require you to play in a sustained manner, slightly beyond the normal value of the notes. Here is an example. The second group consists of Sul Ponticello, Sul Tasto, and Flautando. Sul Ponticello means on the bridge in Italian. You sometimes see Chevalet, which means the same thing in French. You put the bow near or on the bridge to make a glassy and metallic-like sound. It creates spooky atmosphere to make some special effects. Playing with different bow pressure increases or decreases the volume and level of Sul Ponticello. Please explore it on your own instrument. The notation is Sul Ponticello, or its abbreviation S.P. on the note. Sul Tasto and Flautando are almost identical. Sul Tasto means on the fingerboard in Italian. You sometimes see Sur la Touché, which means the same thing in French. You put the bow near or on the fingerboard to make it sound soft and mellow. Playing on different spots of the bow with different bow pressure increase or decrease the volume and level of Sul Tasto. Flautando means flute-like in Italian. You put the bow near or on the fingerboard with fast bow speed and no pressure, so that you get a transparent and flute-like sound. Make sure you use a lot of bow to make more air. Usually, you will see the abbreviation of ordinario after Sul Ponticello and Sul Tasto. Ordinario means normal in Italian. You go back to the normal contact point without playing too close to the bridge or fingerboard.